They didn't stay because you were hard to love. They stayed as long as you kept making it easy for them. We've been taught to perform for love, to earn it, to prove it, to keep it from slipping through our hands. But what if love, real love, was never something you had to earn? What if love was simply supposed to feel safe?
That hits, Tyler. It really does. So, if I may ask, when did love start feeling like something you had to perform for?
I think it started early. I remember being a kid, when love only showed up when I was doing something right. Good grades, being polite, not being too emotional. If I was quiet, I was loved. If I was calm, I was praised. If I was angry, I was ignored. So I learned. Love equals pleasing. Love equals shrinking. Love equals silence.
Hey, if you're listening right now, what was the first moment you realized love had conditions? Was it a parent's cold shoulder? A friend who left when you got too intense? A lover who only loved the easy parts of you? Just breathe, because that moment shaped you, and you deserve to reclaim it.
You know, Denise, love, we're told it's unconditional. But what if everything we've come to believe about love is really just a performance we never agreed to?
That's such a profound observation, and the research backs it up. Almost 70% of people say they feel like they have to earn affection, even in long-term relationships.
And it usually starts early, right?
Between ages 3 and 7. That's when we start connecting love with achievement. Attachment theory even shows. Those early experiences can literally rewire the brain.
That makes so much sense, because in adulthood, those same people are 3 times more likely to stay in relationships that don't actually fulfill them.
That's because they've been trained to confuse anxiety with love. Their nervous system's in survival mode, always scanning for rejection, approval, the next emotional high.
Wow. Did you know performing for love triggers the same stress response as physical danger?
Exactly. It's wild. About 85% of people can name at least one relationship where they regularly shrunk themselves just to keep the peace. And that's not love. That's survival mode.
So what's the difference between authentic love and the performance we normalize?
Well, according to trauma therapists, authentic love creates real changes in the body. Lower cortisol, more oxytocin, and that beautiful thing called the ventral vagal response, the signal of safety.
The way you're describing it reminds me of that study that showed how conditional love in childhood literally changes brain development.
It does. But here's the hope. When people finally experience unconditional acceptance, their brains start to rebuild. In just 8 weeks, real change.
So this healing journey, it's not just emotional, it's physiological.
And here's what lights me up. People who work on breaking these patterns, they report a 60% increase in relationship satisfaction within 6 months.
That's huge. But most people don't even realize they're performing.
Right. But awareness is the first step. And studies show just noticing the pattern increases your chances of forming healthy relationships by over 40%.
That really puts things in perspective, especially across generations.
Exactly. Millennials are reporting more performance anxiety in relationships than any generation before them. And the reason is we're finally talking about it. 75% of boomers accepted conditional love as normal, but now only 45% of millennials do.
That's a huge shift.
It's cultural, it's generational, but most of all, it's personal.
And that change starts small, 5 minutes a day. of choosing to be real over being liked.
Because when one person gets brave enough to drop the mask, the other usually follows. Authenticity is contagious. And love, real love, it doesn't require performance. It just invites your presence.
Letting go of performative love might just be the bravest thing you'll ever do, but it's also the kindest thing you can do for your future self. Because the version of you who feels peace, who no longer begs for affection, they're waiting.
Say this again, softly. The love I'm calling in sees me as I am. I don't have to earn it. I just have to allow it.
And maybe the reason love never felt safe before is because you were too busy trying to deserve it. But now, you're finally ready to receive it.
And next week, we open up something most of us avoid. Losing them hurt, but losing myself hurt more. Because healing isn't just about letting go of them. Sometimes it's about finally returning to you.